Right. Good evening, everybody, and viewers everywhere, and welcome to this evening's meeting of the Cabinet. We have a single item of substance on the agenda this evening, which we'll come to in due course. There are some bits of administration to go through first of all. The first one being apologies for absence. There are no apologies for absence. We're all present and correct this evening. Secondly, urgent matters, declarations of interest. Does anybody have a declaration of interest they wish to make on this evening's agenda? No, good. Then urgent matters, there are none. Minutes of the last meeting held on the 11th of July. Are we happy to accept those as being a fair record of that meeting? Good, I will sign those in due course. Then let us move to item number 5, the Viables Business Park proposed lease restructuring and site development. This is a report which is a report on a negotiation which is currently in progress. Therefore, for that reason, the papers relating to it are confidential. And to be able to discuss it properly, we're going to have to go into a closed session. Hopefully not for too long, because obviously we've all read the papers before, but there may be some issues which members wish to raise on that. And then we will come back from that and just make clear what the decisions were, and I'll give the opportunity to any Cabinet members to make any statements they wish at that point, including the portfolio holder, very briefly. So, can we please, as we are going to be discussing confidential papers, agree that the meeting is now to become confidential by passing this motion that pursuant to section 100 brackets A brackets 4 of the Local Government 1972 Act, the public will be excluded from the remainder of the meeting on the grounds that the public interest in maintaining the exemption outweighs the public interest in disclosing it, and therefore that exempt information is likely to be disclosed as defined in the appropriate paragraph of Schedule 12A of the Act. Are we happy to agree that? Yeah. In which case, then, what will happen now is that the webcast will be turned off, and it will be turned back on once the confidential aspects of any discussion have taken place. So could all you people who are not members of, or who are members of the press or public, please leave the room. And now we will turn off the webcast, please. Right, welcome back to those of you who are viewing this on the webcast. As we had no members of the public or press attending, there's no need to wait for them to come back into the room. The matter is now, at least those matters which are on the pink papers have been discussed, and I would ask members to be careful that they don't refer to any of those aspects of it, particularly the commercial aspects, if you wish to say anything at this stage. I don't think we need Councillor Isaac to introduce it, but I'll just let him wind up at the end and do it all in one go. Councillor Golding, you signified you want to say, as ward councillor, I think, to say a couple of things.
Thank you, Leader. Yes, I am one of the ward councillors for the Viables Business Park. I am very supportive of keeping business in Basingstoke, as part of this report, and I'm glad to see the prospect of more local jobs in Brighton Hill. I do have some concerns should there be any impact on traffic through the areas in later phases, but I do understand that this will be dealt with in the planning stages, and I look forward to this aspect being closely examined at the appropriate time.
Thank you very much. Does anybody else wish to contribute anything? If not, I shall ask Councillor Isaac to summarise where we are and conclude the matter.
Thank you, Leader. The Cabinet as a whole, that's every member of the Cabinet, supports these proposals, so I'm grateful to Cabinet members for their support of these important proposals. The report, insofar as I can refer to the report, proposes that Cabinet notes and endorses the approach to the proposed transactions, and that it delegates authority to the Executive Director of Finance and Resources in consultation with the Head of Law and Governance to agree appropriate details of and/or changes to the proposed scheme and transactions in consultation with the portfolio holder for property and development, provided changes are in keeping with the overall approach proposed in this report and remain favourable to the Council, and also progress the transactions and complete the appropriate legal documentation for the proposals outlined in this report.
Thank you very much. Members, we are agreed? Oh. Oh, I was on.
Sorry, I thought you were
No,
off.
I was on. In which case, the meeting is now terminated at 18:41. Thank you all very much.